relevant to our own lives. And so a couple folks, I think, maybe, if you're feeling up for it, if you'd like to share. I know, Corey, I think you've got something. Jeffrey, did you want to say something as well? So you can tell the themes of the play: jealousy, trauma, the bonds of men who fight together, racism, misogyny. Like all of these themes are sort of interwoven into the play. So, gentlemen, would you like to share some of your thoughts?
Yeah, this play, in many aspects, the characters relate to my own life. And this is called A Hard Heart. How could I have more than everybody, yet I don't have nobody? Suffocating in pride and ego, destiny without a hero. All I could see was all the bad things that happened to me. Learned behavior, was told a man is not supposed to cry. Instead of asking for help, I chose to continue to live a lie. Traumatized with no emotional elect. How could I bless someone else when I'm cursed with the stories I told myself? Too stressed to be blessed. The blame being bullet shamed. White man structural racism pain. Poverty that didn't never change. 1980s rise and fall of crack cocaine. Gangster disciple gang. Drug dealers fame. Mississippi innocent being framed. And everything except the person behind my name. And all my choices that stayed the same. That's how my heart turned hard.
Thank you for coming out. My name is Jeffrey with an eye to all my friends and loved ones and people. I played Othello, the middle part of his life. And in relation to me, he's a man that's in a far, far away society, and he's trying to fit in. And he has a best friend named Iago. And in relation to me, I think we all have people in our life that set us on the wrong track. Iago was jealous of him and everything that he had. Although he had a wife, he just didn't want Othello to have a wife. He wanted to interfere with his relationship. That's why the part that I played, I was confused. I didn't want to think that my wife was unfaithful, although I knew in my heart of hearts that she wasn't. But my best friend was telling me that she was. So I was having mixed signals, mixed feelings and everything. And that gave me a ball of emotion for me to explode on into the future me, which was played gently by Stone, who found out exactly what happened and ended up killing himself. You know, we all go through life trusting people and they set us on the wrong track. You know, I'm pretty sure a lot of us had Iagos in our life. Probably some of us was Iagos to a certain point. You know, but it just goes to show you that, you know, you have to follow your heart, do what you think you know best, and everything deserves a conversation. Had Othello had a conversation with his wife and not being mad, as you can see, I threw the handkerchief down, I didn't care what she had to say, I just was so balled up in emotion. I didn't have no emotional intelligence, is what they say in today's thing. But that was my thing, and that's how I related, and I played the middle of Othello, and that's what I gave you, my emotion. Thank
My name is Henry. I played Othello. It was a wonderful experience. The part that kind of resonated with me was he was a military man. You know, when you're in the military, there's I don't know if it's a stigma, but it's kind of like the person who doesn't have the emotional intelligence because he's a rigid soldier and he's not able to really swim in the water with the sharks when it comes to other things. You know, he's weak, like a child. So I wrote this piece, small piece, it's real small. It goes, in the blistering cold, with no family or friends, the urge for companionship may move a man to make the wrong friends. and in ascending the ranks of military service, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, soon becomes as you were. Decades of military service, growing stale as interactions that at one time elicited camaraderies and patriotism now feel like dartboards for target practice. In matters of war, this is a routine dance, a sequence of cause and effect actions that posture victory. In matters of the heart, a man's ego can be like a helpless child. Rose petals dance with daggers in the moonlight. Do not send the Desdemonas to my heart, for I will perish with the slightest of deceits. I resonate with that piece because it just spoke to who the character was, who Othello really was. You can sit there and watch the play and get whatever you get out of it, but who Othello was, his emotional intelligence, lack of emotional intelligence, his ability to be duped and fooled, but his military acumen, which was far more advanced. He was a military guy. He rose through the ranks since he was a little child. And, I served military, and I see it. I see how it happens. I see how it works. And I'm just glad I was able to play this character. Thank you.
Hey, thank y'all for coming. Appreciate y'all presence. I played the last Othello. And for me, I'd always heard about Othello, but I never actually took the time to check it out or read it. And, recently, within the last few years, I got interested in Shakespeare. And for one thing, Shakespeare is so freaking relevant, man. This dude, 400 years ago, he's writing stuff that people are still running spooks off now. He's all over your TV, all over in your movies. And for us who never got a bar of Shakespeare, we never knew the source where everybody was pulling from. So you'll be surprised to know that a lot of your movies, a lot of your TV shows, a lot of the things that's going on in entertainment actually come from Shakespeare. And the surprising thing for me when I got a bar of Othello, right? So I started reading all kinds of other material about that time period and about, Othello and the Moors and, them being, conquerors in Italy and Sicily and Portugal and Spain and coming up to France. And then I started getting the idea how Othello could be out of place, out of time. And the crazy part about it is that this brand of racism is still existing, right? You can still see it in certain aspects of society. So it was one of those things that was But the other thing that really hit home for me was, I had a problem with misplaced loyalty. So I could see the Iagos in my life with clarity, and it's one thing that, I was warned to watch out. The board even told me that too, about misplaced loyalty. My brother told me, and my mama used to tell me all the time when I was a kid, well, that ain't your friend. But it took this story right here to kind of bring things into alignment so I could see it hella clear. Because Iago, in the words of my teacher, was a piece of crap.
My name's Angel, and I played Rodrigo. Now, I can't fully say I lived the life that Rodrigo did, but this dude, when this character came to my hand and I got the script, I was like, wow. I was shocked, and when Miss Ariana assigned Rodrigo to me, I was like, I have to know more about this character. Who is he? What was his traits? What this guy go through? Then I started to realize, I was like, man, when people come and ask me about relationships, I just tell them, don't ask me, bro, I'm 0-3. What does that mean? I have 5 kids, 3 baby mamas, it never worked out, so don't ask. I'm 0-3, go ask a winner. I've been a loser. So, when I met this character, Rodrigo, I was like, you know what? This guy's vulnerable, this guy's loving, he's charming, and he has a mission of what he wants. So that's when I started to dive in a little bit into myself and maybe said, you know what? I don't need a Yago in my life because that's not what I need. But maybe I should learn how to be more vulnerable. Maybe I should learn how to be more affectionate, more loving. And maybe I should learn how to, this time, when I do meet the right woman, be a Rodrigo and fall in love with this woman. Thank you.
Gentlemen, the most scandalous person in Venice. And Folsom.
Short and sweet, everybody, there's Yagos everywhere, and we all got to be careful because they use us, they see, and we just don't even know that they're there until it's too late. So be careful because I will be there.
Oh, here it goes.
My name is Wyman, and I played Montano, and I enjoyed playing Montano, who was a governor of Cyprus, and he was a loyal soldier. And I don't know, I believe that at this point in my life, actually, throughout my whole journey since I've been in prison, I believe that I can relate to this character in the regard of being loyal and just truthful and just being the best that he can be as a human being. You know what I mean? And just be a great person, a human being. You know what I mean? And I enjoy playing the part. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for coming tonight. My name is Vince. I play a father, and it's not the best character to play because I failed in this area in my life as being a father. So it most definitely brought back some thoughts, feelings of feeling like I failed my daughter, Desmona. You mean like I didn't fight for her more? Or I should have given it to Rodrigo. I mean, all these scenarios have come to play as a father relives these past memories. But I most definitely, this Shakespeare gets me out of my comfort zone. It's I don't know, and I keep coming back. You mean, and I'm getting a little bit more better with more lines. When at first I played like the little part, so it's getting better and better. So sign up if you guys are interested. Sign up. Test your abilities, and it's a commitment, and it most definitely will give you a different perspective and give you an open mind on a greater world that's still out there. Thank you.
So just wanted to ask the audience, do you have any questions, any thoughts, any reflections on the performance? Any questions for any of the participants about the show? Yeah.
We didn't hear from Mr. Ferguson.
Oh, Mr. Ferguson! What did I do?
How do you feel playing since you cannot even
So, I really appreciate that question. The reason why I appreciate that question is because when I was first given this part, I was under the impression that Iago was just another bad guy, right? It's real easy to look at a script or a play like this and label somebody, okay, this is the villain of the play, right? And trying to get into the mindset of Iago, our wonderful instructor said, well, don't look at him as the bad guy, think of him as, like, what is his motivation, right? talking about relating it, right? So when I think about Iago, I think about a person who is watching life pass them by, and they see people maybe getting things that they want, and they don't necessarily know what to do about that. They start making choices of it. I mean, it's like 50-50, probably not the greatest choice. Convince your friend to take the little one. Probably the best choice. I feel like this play was a wonderful experience. Wonderful experience doing this. And this is my second play so far with this group. And every time it's awesome. Awesome. Thank you guys.